Hello, reorganization, and welcome back to Tactician the Civil War as we continue our Confederate playthrough as we get just towards the end of January 1862. And yeah, last time we had some nautical adventures and of varying degrees of success. So our initial raiding stance worked very well against blockading squadrons, and we picked off the slightly weaker home fleet, but we came slightly unstuck when we came up against the Gulf blockading squadron. And their ship of alliance. So as you we did, I mean, we weren't far off. So they have 8 disabled ships. We only have 3 left that are really in fighting condition. Obviously, we have none left, so we still lost. But it wasn't terrible. I was also doing a little bit of digging into the manual about the various ships. I wonder if there's a way I can show this. Let's go into here. Might be the best way. So the done to get my head around a little bit better what the real difference is between frigates and ship of allies. I don't even know if I can show them because they're only in the Unions. Oh, that's an ironclad ship of a line. Fast screw ship of a line, screw ship of a line. No, these ones are too big. Because, alright, we'll just base it off the frigate, it'll be fine. Okay, so this is your frigate, 50 guns, so the armament on the frigate and the armament on the ship of the line is the same, in terms of we both carry 50 guns. The ship of the line has slightly better, but I think all 50 of them are 32 pounder naval cannons, essentially, whereas I think we carry 42 32 pounders and 8 something else, I can't remember, it mentions it in the manual. So we have slightly less armament, but not appreciated. So we, on an armament basis, you'd lose 1 on 1, but we have the numbers in terms of overall gunnage, so that should have been fine. Alright, so, well, that clearly wasn't the case, so what else is going on? Well, and I don't know this for certain, but I'm trying to read between the lines a little bit here, but the frigate is about 1,600 tons, whereas the ship of line is like 2,600 tons, so it's like an extra, 60% tonnage on top of a frigate, and one would assume therefore that translates into HP. And therefore what happened is, although we have the same guns and therefore maybe inflict the same level of damage upon a ship, it can soak a lot more hits before it's out of action, and I think that's where we're coming unstuck. And I hadn't really seen that level of detail until I started kind of digging through these bits and pieces within the game manual. So there's only 9 ship of the lines the Union starts with. It cannot build any more, so these are kind of the ultimate things we need to overcome until they start rolling out ironclads, and then we're really up against it. But that was probably what brought us to being unstuck. So the plan, and I may have mentioned last time, is going to be, we're going to have to wait about 50 days, so it's going to take us through to, middle of March, for not only our current ships to fully repair, but for the ones we are building to become available as well. And that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 14 frigates. So we'll probably grab 14 frigates, a couple of brigs, because you can command 16, and then we are going to rock and roll against someone and see if we can't kick a little bit of ass. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think, and I'm hopeful, just that concentrated weight of number is going to give us what we need to get the job done against the blockading squadrons. Now we have lifted the blockade of Charleston, so our blockade percentage has come down from 17 to 12. Obviously up here is still in a pretty bad way, so we'll have to come up and deal with these. And again, 2 of these are not a problem, the Block Island and the Flying Flotilla, but the Atlantic blockading squadron is another one built with some actual proper ships in it, and as you can see by the 300 odd guns, so there'll be some other chunky ones within there. But I'm confident our large fleet will be able to get the job done. Now, we'll take damage, we'll take losses, so what I am going to do, or what I have done, is also laid down another 6 frigates, or have I laid down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, they're the ones being built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 frigates. I was right. So laid down, excuse me, 6 frigates in order to replace particular losses. I know these things take 6 months. yeah, 6 months to build, so you gotta forward plan a little bit. Eventually, we're just going to become technologically obsolete as ironclads get around, so we are going to have to at some point pick those up if we end up in a long war, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, good, that's the kind of coastal navy. On the riverfront, two minor things to talk about. We got another upgrade for the New Orleans squadron here. So as per our other blockade fleet, I've given them supply collieries, which does make them slower, but they've not moved in months. But importantly, it does reduce their supply consumption, which is tick, so it means less money. And more importantly, this also gets leveled up by blockading, so that'll get more efficient simply by sitting here. I'm surprised I haven't leveled up that yet. But there you go. Another even less important note, we got a third level experience on New Orleans Squadron 2, and there was actually nothing I was interested in taking. There's a whole bunch of stuff you upgrade through bombarding, which we're not doing. There's some stuff you upgraded through raiding or raiding, which we're not doing, so we are blockading. So the only one which would really be key, I decided to pick up was this port defender, which gives you a bonus if you're fighting within a radius of a friendly port. So don't think it's going to be particularly useful, but that's what we picked up. On the army side of things, I don't think I made any changes up in Virginia. I did do some more stuff down in Nashville. And you can see here, Zollicoffer is now going to build up to 36,000 men. So I added another set of cavalry brigades, and then added a whole new infantry division and artillery division. I've not properly sorted the organisation, they're just kind of sitting here training. Now, some of these men are destined indeed for the Army of Tennessee, because I would like to get it up to around about the 40,000 mark, whenever it's finished faffing around with Fort Howard here. Huwald here. Yeah, and I'd like to have 2 Confederate armies, about 40,000-ish. So we've got, I think, 36 plus 25, another 10, 35, so about 70,000 men here. So we'll have 2 kind of 35,000 man armies. And the intent was one is going to go up to liberate Covington and seize Cincinnati, and the other is going to take the rivers to head up and to capture St. Louis, and then go and kick the Union out of Missouri. That's my kind of spring campaign for the I was about to say Midwest here, but I don't know if that's how that geography works. But for this part of the country. And I think for our spring offensive, our spring campaigning in Shenandoah here, or not Shenandoah, but Virginia, might be a little more passive. I look at the numbers here, and I'm always of a view that, well, you know, we could definitely go and, you know, we're not outnumbered too much, but I'm not sure. You should definitely be on scouting, please. But either way, we're sitting tight. We're building up to kind of 40,000. And we're not going to do any kind of winter campaigning, and we've got another 10,000 troops training back down here under Beauregard. So that's where we are. And so we're probably going to sit tight again for another maybe month or so. I don't think there's too much going on. Show me, please. Yes, assignable only. That's fine. Good. Oh, one last thing I want to mention, because I finally worked out how derpish I was being, was on our carbines and things we were ordering last time. And I didn't know what was going on with my filters. It's because they're under breech loaders, is what they're under. And I was too busy focusing on the carbine aspect. So although it is where is it? Burnside is a carbine, it's also under a breech loader. So there we go. Look at the ones where we've placed orders. So we actually have got Richmond carbines. So these are kind of longer range but much slower fire, where these are your quick ones. Much closer in, 200 yards, but 9 rounds a minute. That's a healthy amount of damage that's going to do. We do have a reasonable amount of weapons kicking about. So we could go and upgrade some of our troops. You guys probably don't need to watch me do that, as I just roll out rifled muskets into my various armies. Okay, so I will probably do a little bit off camera then, because I don't think anything's going to happen straight away. And then maybe come back in a couple of weeks if nothing else is going on. I'll see you then. Okay, it was all going very quiet, but actually it's only been 4 days. However, importantly, glorious victory at Fort Holborn. Finally, the fair play to Major Cadmus S. Kirkland there. He stuck out far longer than our lads ever did when they were there. So we're now going to take Louisville again. We're going to take these supply depots. I'm going to see if I can dismantle one of these supply depots. Please move into the town itself. and then we're going to re-garrison the fort here. And we're going to keep an army in place until we have actual troops garrisoned. And we would like to bring them from Kentucky if we haven't already pulled everyone out from the state. Where are you? I've gone blind. I don't see Kentucky here. Huh. Okay, maybe we won't. That's fine. We'll just pull them from wherever they can get them from them. I'll not be too precious about it. We have good speed as experience, so I'll let him in even though he's a faceless man. I would like to... not Fort Monroe. Where's Fort Holborn? Okay. Bet this is riveting to watch. Okay, I would like, under good speed, not horse battery, I would like... what these are going to be, what, 16 guns? 32 guns? Let's go 48 guns. Please and thank you, which is quite a lot. I'm just going to leave them 6-pounders for now, and I would like a little bit of infantry, probably just a 1500er, just to help you hold out. Who's got 1500? We could grab you from the Indian Territory. We're kind of vaguely in that neck of the woods, so we'll do that. Let's go for, sorry, infantry, not a 3000, a 1500 infantry brigade. Yes, please. You guys can be tannish grey. Okay. I don't know why you showed me there, but okay. So if I now go back to the fort in question. You all in the right place? You're all in the right place. Excellent. Now, of course, it's probably going to take us a wee while to actually get these 40 days, 27, 20. Okay, so we're not going to leave until the end of February. We're not going to abandon the fort as we did last time. Right, we march in the city. This is fine. We should take these supply depots as well. Maybe. And, you know, the harbour and all that kind of stuff. Yes, we have done. Right, now, I also would like to destroy one of these because I don't think we need two. Abandon. There we go. Yes. Did that work? Okay, cool. That's actually a good prompt. Are there other places that I have supply depots that I want to get rid of them? Because boy do they cost a bunch of money. Don't think I've got that many, to be fair. So potentially not. Show me supply. Not support. Supply. Okay, now supply looks pretty good. I've got a random supply depot down here. That's of questionable use, but I'll maybe leave it there until we've liberated Missouri. Okay. And what I would really like to do is to clear out this front line and move the fighting back to like Indianapolis kind of area, so we don't consistently lose bits of our own states. But good, alright, you gents are then going to stay there. It's probably, it might even be too late for winter quarters, but then the Army of Tennessee is going to move on Cincinnati. I should be able to manage this army now and move 3 of these units to the Army of Tennessee. Sorry, Army of Tennessee, assuming Fort, North Virginia, this one. Which is a little bit division heavy, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to move you out of there. Maybe 286, 300, 274. I could potentially combine you with someone. Right, you guys just make a bigger one, and then Hardy is going to get a couple of cavalry units. Can I transfer you before you're here? No, right. Well, there's 2 of them. Alright, I'll send you one more. That's a small one. When they turn up. And I would like a Florida State Militia. You guys can pull back, and what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to replace Chase here with Zolokoffer. I'm going to keep this army in existence because they have all the lovely bonuses. We might as well keep those. And the army, all the units in the Army of West Tennessee are going to then fold into the Florida State Militia. We'll probably rename it as well. So you just come back down here, and we'll get ready for the next push. Well, in about a month or so. Fan, Dabby, Dozy, quick check the policies. I don't want any of those, I don't think. Cool. Alright, well, I'll bring you back for next update then, probably. Actually, might be towards the end of the month. I'm not sure anything else is really going to happen. Okay, well, I shall see you then. Alright, quick check-in, not quite mid-month, towards the latter end of the month, just because we have policies to spend. So we'll grab the next level of market reform, which just makes our economy more efficient, i.e. more money, which is always good. Oop. No, we have infrastructure reform. That's not that exciting, actually. We have a choice here between plantation mechanization, which will increase cotton production, or maybe just farm mechanization, which will pause here, which will increase farm output and more volunteers, which does sound awesome. So let's grab this. I wasn't that enamored by administration reform. I'll have to see what else we can get for the government funding. On the, let's just go through. Signable for, I don't know, show me what else they want. Politics. Actually, politics is not that interesting. Alright, we will grab the administration reform. I'm sure there's a better choice in there I'm neglecting. Weapon production, that's what we want for our industry one. So there is some good ones here in terms of just general subsidizing of industry, but for right now I want to do weapon production, which will mean we'll make our guns, etc. quicker. Now, on the actual military side of things, okay, we could move away from our 12-pounders, but I feel like we're doing okay for artillery. I'm not sure I need Confederate guns. Recruitment of officers, always good. Training manuals, that's actually a useful thing as well. Is there anything else I'm particularly saving up for? There probably isn't. I've forgotten about it in between episodes. There's Confederate gun, cotton-clad rams, fun, but I'm not sure if they're that useful. Ironclads, I would love to be able to do some ironclads. And logistics is no, not logistics. Yes, no, logistics is a must as well. I don't think I need military academy. I probably do want the organization reform actually. Okay, so I'm not going to spend it on what we've got at the minute. I shall wait, and I think much I'd like that. I think the next one I'm going to save up for will be the organization reform, so we can combine our individual armies into one large army with separate corps. Good. Okay, we can continue to unpause. We're heading towards the end of the month. Just while we're here, I had noticed the Union Navy hasn't gone home. So they're still sitting here. Still only 4 good ships. 7 disabled. Still says 22 days left to sea. But meanwhile, our Confederate fleet here is starting to look kind of seaworthy. So there's probably going to be a case very soon where we want to jump in on them. Because I don't want them to sail away. And they are obviously, it looks like they're slowly repairing themselves. Because their disabled has gone down from 8 to 7 to 6. But we're going to massively outgun them. So I think that's going to be our next task. I've forgotten the words there. Okay, so we've got military too. Have we? Oh no, it was someone else's military too. We're 9 days away, okay. Union, one ahead of us. We're on to 1st of March. We're probably not far off wanting to kick off some of these campaigns. We're still in winter quarters. But I dare say it's not too far away. We're going to get back on a bit of land action. Right, we'll stay. Well, go up to 50 speed until our policy is done. This is usually when something happens. I'm not a bit of a map I'm not steering with. Ooh, French are in Mexico, so we can get embroiled in that if we so wish and help out the French. But we've not really gone down the diplomacy tree, which we can look at in a moment. In 2.5 days. Intervention still to we've really not done much of a push for that. Okay, there is our military policy too. So let's look at the policy screen. So yeah, if you go all the way down the democracy one after level 4, you can then do the French intervention in Mexico. So we could do like conscription, which would be good for volunteers, even if we don't use conscripts. What is? I didn't mean to do that. So it would hurt morale, but make volunteers up much quicker. I wanted to go do government funding ones. Can I cancel? Cancel policy. Yes. Good. Woo. So we could do the bounties. That will help us with volunteers. I'm okay for numbers at the minute, although I'm sure I will regret that as soon as we start getting into battles. I would like to try and do a little bit more for our economy there being on the Bs. The Bs do frighten me a little bit. I'd be rather in like kind of, although triple B is not terrible, but I'd be rather in a kind of single A would be nice. So perhaps we shall do this. We can also do tariffs to get more money. We're currently sitting at 30% tariffs. We can move up to 50. More money for us. It makes people poorer. I can also just print money. Again, makes my people poorer. And that's just policy. Let's do this. Let's print more money. It'll take 25 days. Perfect. So that's an extra 50 million a year we'll get, which will, you know, put I guess what, a sixth of our overall debt at the minute. So that's not bad. It makes our citizens less wealthy, which impacts their support for the war. So that's how that kind of works. So the more you squeeze your population, the less likely or the less happy they are with the war in general. Right, fine and dandy. You are now happy with what you've got, and how close to these things being finished? 10 days. Okay. Well, they're pretty much good to go again. One wonders how, considering they haven't gone to port. So let's run the 10 days. Let's have a naval to do, and let's see where that ends up. Oh, one other thing I should be able to do is finally fully merge these armies, which I will do. And I will do that like this. Ta-da! So we now have the Florida State Militia. So Chase has been shuffled off and Zollicoffer has come in. He has 36,000 men under his command. I did think about changing the name, but you know what? This force has done many wondrous things for us. And so as part of their legacy, I think they should keep their title. So, oh, actually. Oh. You have in fact lost all your experience. Ah, it goes with the officer, not with the army. Okay. Oh no, it's back. Good. Good. That makes me a lot happier. Excellent. Okay, man, where are we up to now? 7 days, a week. Alright, I'll come back March 20th. We'll sail out gloriously into the sunset. Alright, so that's taking a little bit longer than planned. So all of the ships were finished on the 20th. You can see we're now 10 days later. They're having to get to the fleet from... I don't know where it assumes they're built, but anyway, they're not far away. And they're all kind of slowly coming in, but it's going to take us a few more days, I think, before we're all here. But we'll have something like 600 guns or something like that, which will be lovely. We did a couple of other weapons finished. Where am I going to the wrong place? Military weapons. So if we go to orders available, please, and thank you. Not carbines. Don't want howitzers. We could do some more Richmond carbines, which I think I will. Give me another 10,000 of those, I think. Our standardization is getting there. Thank you very much. Oh, we've got quite a lot of Lorenzes lying around. Should look to put those into good use. I thought I'd seen... Oh, it must have been the carbines. I thought it was the Richmond rifles, but no, it was the carbines that came in as finished. Okay. Yep, we'll get another 10,000 of those and go. I won't buy any more Lorenzes. Oh, there's still a few more coming in, apparently. Oh, no, there isn't. That's been completed. But there's enough to actually hand out some more rifled muscles, which we should do. But it's also 1st of April. Are you out of winter quarters? You are out of winter quarters, so we're into campaigning season. So I'm going to put the orders in. I would like... So my timing had been to go on the 1st of April and set my 2 armies off. But I would also like to fight this naval battle first, because I think getting embroiled in a land fight is probably going to have to wait for the next episode. So for the sake of our video here, I'll wait the few days it's going to take, and we'll have a slight delay to our spring offensive. Oh, what's happened here? More 12-pounders. How am I sitting for 12-pounders right now? I'm going to do a quick tour of my artillery. I'll be right back. Okay, I did the rounds, and I got most people have been upgraded to 12-pound howitzers or 14-pound James rifles. There's a couple of 3-ounce ordnance rifles in there as well. Or 3-pound ordnance rifles. 3-inch ordnance rifles? 3-inch. There was a 3-something. So I've decided I'll place one final large order for James and Napoleons, and that might see us for just now. I also noticed I was shy an artillery battery in the Army of Tennessee, so I ordered up another 16 guns there. Right, we are here. Oh no, the Emancipation Proclamation. What an attack upon our way of life. Okay, we're here. Everyone's ready to go. Oh no, that's bad. We've dropped down to double B. See, that's what I mean about needing to do more for the old economy. How's our finances looking? Yeah, 401 million. Ooh, army upkeep ballooning. Navy upkeep, yeah, not insubstantial. A lot of money going to our subsidies. Yeah, we need to start doing things with these. I think if you get down to a B minus, you can't raise any more troops. So let us go and use these very expensive things we are doing. Okay, more greenbacks, that's good. I will look at the naval gauge in a moment. What's going on here? Spanish intervention. Presumably that's against us. Really? Really? Right. I'm going to issue orders, and again, these will probably be fought next episode, but you're going to come up to seize Cincinnati using the river, please. And Zolokoffer is going to go and seize Missouri. Again, let us use the river. We control them. Let us use them. Excellent. Okay, but the quote-unquote main event here. There we go. Okay, we have 16 ships, 705 glorious guns. Against the blockading squadron, who have a bit of repair, but not perfectly. The ship of the line is still pretty badly beaten up. But we... so what have they got here? My frigates, give me them back. It's 2 frigates. Loop, I'm not counting those. 1, 2, 3. 3 ship of the line, 4 frigates. 5 frigates, and 3 ship of the line. So if the ship of the line says worth 2, call those worth 6, just for argument's sake. So that'd be 11 versus 14. So we've got an edge. It's not a massive one. But they are pretty badly beat up. So I'm hopeful that that is what's going to put things in our favour. Man, that went really quickly. Let's come down to play. Okay, we have disabled the Sanity, the Colorado, the Vermont, the Pensacola. Okay. We have, what we think losses on our side? Almost nothing. Okay, but Briggs are getting a little bit beaten up, but that's their job. Yeah, this is looking very good. I really want to sink some of these ships line. I mean, that's New Orleans is pretty healthy. Oh, well, Harmony's now under fire. So they're down to 4 ships. Okay, well-ish. Glorious victory. Fantastic. 2 ships sunk, 5 ships captured. That's awesome. Yeah, condition of enemy fleet is believed to be good. The condition of my fleet is alarming. Well, we shall see. Okay. 2 enemy ships sunk. Beautiful. Okay, and it looks like they're running away. Did we get a weird double battle here? No, you've only got 20 ships, which is more than you should have, to be fair. Let us survey your fleet here. We've got, okay, that's all the ones we came out with. Assuming it stays in order, all the ones after the 2 brigs will be captured. So we got the Santee, the Colorado, we got a ship of a line. Thank you very much. Oh, that has 74 guns. That's interesting. I was looking at the material manual, as it's also called, where it said they only had 50. Huh. Okay, well, we've got one, and hopefully we've sunk a bunch. Awesome. Right, you're going to get back to harbour, see what we can cobble together as a fleet. We might get a second one to come support, and then we're going to go see about breaking a blockade. Oh, should help. Again, help our economy. It's all about the economy, although we are paying a lot for these, so. Get yourself back to port. We're going to... Oh, hello. You look like a tasty target. Let's manage a fleet. What can we... Well, we first need to get you back down to your reasonable level. So all the ones we've just captured, you guys can stay over here. Anyone else we need to trade out for just now? We'll drop our brigs. I don't think they need to come with us on this next merry adventure. Let's drop the Harmony as well. And the Beaufort. Everyone else is in reasonable nick. So why don't we just head back out? Oh. Oh, I was going quite so fast. Okay, as expected, a glorious victory. We sunk one of our ships. Condition my face barely afloat. I mean, that seems a little over the top. I really want to look at the actual battle report. Oh, this is interesting. Longstreet isn't... Ah. I'm going to click your defensive, and I believe you're going to attack the Army of Cincinnati. We can take you off scouting as well. So that means, because if you're scouting, theoretically some of the cavalry units in your army get used for scouting, and you're just about to go up to St. Louis. Okay. Well, things are going very positive at this moment in time. And there we have it. Oh, there's only 13,000 of them. Alright. We've not had a land battle for a while, but at the same time, I'm not sure this is going to be particularly of interest. So I might go fight this one off the back, and we'll just come back and look at the result. But we're going to have to start the next one and end that, because I need to go and do things in the real world. So yeah, that I'm really happy with things are going. I feel like we've got an answer to the Union blockade. And we should hopefully, and again, it might be a little bit delayed, so it might be more kind of maybe May by the time we do a bit of repairs and get another chunky fleet up to start going and dealing with these fleets. And again, I'm going to start trying to use that raiding stance, so we avoid the chunky one and beat up the 2 small flotillas, and then we can go and tangle with the actual blockading squadron. Meanwhile, I'm expecting a response here, because the Federals, and if I can't remember if I can come out of this or not. Oh, I was going to show you. Because on the strategy, the Federal have raised something like 200,000 and 220,000 men. So there's a lot of them kicking about somewhere or other. You'll need to keep going on that front. But anyway, let's call it there. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll come back next time. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, claim Cincinnati and then see if we can liberate Missouri. That's my big next challenge. And I'm okay to kind of play it a bit cooler over here for just now, as we sort a few other fronts. Anyway, thanks for watching, as ever, and I'll see you next one. Cheerio!